So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So, once we get connected with our other students, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. To do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, let's take few minutes to understand about this practice, and at the same time how we can use this for our day-to-day life. So out of conventional practice, and then finally how we can gain our spiritual success. So this is a step-by-step process. When it comes to meditation, there are many ways people practice meditation for many reasons. But here, even though we have very conventional level of reasons, our ultimate goal is find the wisdom, and through that wisdom attaining to liberation or the Nibbana. So in this journey, one of the major part we have to understand that the power of attachment. Everybody talk about letting go. Most of people practice generosity, and but still we are very conditioned to do this all with the self-centered mind. We do this everything with the I am centered, with deeply with my intention. So as you know that sometimes when we going to help others, it says that you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. So surviving ourselves is very necessary. Protecting ourselves is very necessary. But at the same time, we have to recognize that idea, if we don't understand clearly, it can take us to have a deeper connection to become again and again. So today we are going to talk about this attachment, from where this comes, and deeply, fundamentally, how we can uproot it from our system. Because we are here as a result of that attachment. This each and every cell, this each and every material things around us is a very result of our own attachment. So what is this detachment mean then? Just putting away these material things, or becoming clear with our mind? Because when it comes to tranquility state or the samadhi, we recognize it as undisturbed mind. But as you know, when we start to practice, always more than the outside things, our inner mind start to disturb us. So then how we can gain this clear, undisturbed mind? Why, even though we all need it, why our own mind cannot be like that? So you are a very matured person, you know that you want to practice meditation and you learn a lot of things, and once you start to close your eyes or open your eyes, and once you start to practice, your own mind start to come against you. So from where this come? Why your mind not listening to you? So when it comes to attachment, most of time we think we are attached to eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, mind objects. And sometimes we have desire, that desire create like, dislike, and maybe that attachment go towards that way also. So most of time we try to control our mind and try to push away things and try to resist our needs, and we try to stay away from things and believing it's kind of like a detachment. And practicing generosity, and we giving in many ways to the people, to the nature, to the animals. But still, end of the day, if you look very carefully, is there any clarity that you gain out of that kind of practice? So have you ever reached to some kind of detachment? So that detachment sometimes take us to very self-centered point. Just be alone, myself, without any social connections, being alone myself. And maybe turning off cell phone and not access to internet, and just by myself. And maybe I create inside me a cocoon to be silence and disconnect from others. And maybe then I believe I have some kind of detachment. But we don't see that we are deeply attached to our own inner conditioned mind or the comfort. And so that's why understanding very important from where this attachment come. So basically, maybe you don't look that much the things that you attach, bringing the strong disturb. So undisturbed mind means here then, one should detach from these few qualities. That is where you gain the undisturbed mind. So I'm going to teach you that today. Listen this very carefully and try to understand it. See that you are able to stay away from everybody. You can detach from all the social connections. So then you may find a forest, or maybe find a place that very quiet, nice, very beautiful landscape, and no one disturb you. You are not disturbing to anybody. And then you maintain your life yourself. And even for the food, that much you don't have desire. So then you think, oh, I detach from things. Only thing you want, you are like to see this landscape. So as human beings, we are deeply the most strong attachment that we have, not the people, not these material things, not even sometimes that emotional these thoughts. The most strongest attachment that we have related to the earth. Look at that whatever the landscape that you look, or look at that, whatever the things that you make happy, or you are so feel relaxed, comfortable, grounded, because you are deeply attached to this earth, earth and earthly condition. Can you kind of like detach from the gravity? Can you detach from this hardness? Can you detach from the earth? So maybe you think, oh, I'm going to go to the moon or the Mars or some other planets, but still, you're going to go to the earthly condition, hardness. That is what the strongest attachment that you have. So you are having it and you are so comfortable with it, and you can give up any other thing on the top of this world. But when you sit for meditation, if you feel grounded, you are so comfortable, you are so safe. Your self-centered mind grounded with that and hold it to that. Just imagine when you close your eyes or in day-to-day life, is it possible for you to not to depend on this earth in any ways? Can you detach from the landscape you enjoying? So wherever you go, somehow you have a deeper, strong connections to the ground, the earth. That is what bring one of the greatest suffering. And even you die, you have the deeper intention to come back to this earth. Somewhere, maybe in different form, but somehow. So we appreciate the nature. We appreciate the mountains, landscape, the forest. But deeper the roots hold by the attachment that you have to the ground. So then when you come to practice yourself, can you have any kind of like just a thought yourself? Can you detach from this earth? That can you detach from this ground? Can you kind of like be? That's why the one time Buddha mentioned this monkhood is like a bird. So the birds are always free from the ground. But as ordinary people, just look, we are so into our properties, maintaining gardening, maintaining trees, and maintaining landscape, and maybe increasing, and even for temples sometimes. So we are building temples, retreat places. What does that mean? That means we are finding a place to be grounded. It related to the earth. So that is where we deeply become satisfied. So then detachment means not about just, of course, in the surface level, you can practice that things, giving, offering dana and offering food, offering shelter, offering cloth. That's kind of the giving away things help you to understand little by little, but deeply you have to remember You giving away that lot of things because you are so comfortable to be grounded yourself. When the person is deeply grounded, that person capable to give up a lot of things. So then remember, finally, this all come to connection that you carry to the earth. If you understand this, and if you are capable to detach from the earthly condition, nothing can disturb you. But it doesn't matter whatever you do, whatever you give up, if you are kept deeply connected to this earthly condition or the earth, or maybe this planet or another planet or the moon or the sun or somewhere to settle down, remember still you are carrying the disturbed mind. So that is one thing. See that every day, everywhere we go, somehow we are trying to find our space. Once you find your space, everything okay. All over the world, look this, all the war keep going around the countries. And with the people fighting each other. End of the day, it's all related to the ground. And even the brothers, sisters, friends, family members, they kill each other, fight each other, hate each other, love each other, hug each other, argue each other, shake hands each other, because of most of time properties it's related to the ground. So then detachment means one thing that you have to detach, you have to be free from the connection that deeply you have, the rooted that you have to this ground. It has a long history. Because when it comes to the sutta called the Aganya Sutta, from the beginning, it is a very long sutra. But if I just bring the one point, when this earth was just a new place, very bright, after eons by eons, the rain, and then after that it became kind of like a piece of ice. And then the new sun, new moon start to go around this, and that ice start to melt and create a kind of like a sweet ground. So this start to shine like a bright shine star, like the sun. So from the other planets, divine beings see this. Oh, look at that. What is that shining? And they start to come here. And the first time they come and went back. The second time they come and little bit walk and went back. And the third time they came and start to walk. And then they start to get the smell from this ground, this earth. And then it feels kind of like a very pleasant. That aroma from the new earth is so comfortable. It's still the same. And if you look very carefully, clay pot, put the water to clay pot and just keep few days and just try to drink, you feel kind of like a very fresh. And if you cook something on clay pot, you feel kind of like it has a different taste. So we have a deeper connection to this earth. So then what happened? These divine beings start to feel that smell, and then they start to see this melt ground and they touch it a little bit. It was so sweet, like very, very hot day. In the summertime, in the very hot day, when you take a little bit, ice, how you feel so relaxed, cool. So like that, they felt the very fresh earth. And they attached to this earth, and they couldn't go back. The body became heavy, 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 and they couldn't go back. So that is the beginning. Then they start to live here. See, from where it start eating the ground. So now we are billion, 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 billion. I don't know how many, eons, but somehow now we are here as a result of that journey. All this our body. That's why all the best organic food, healthy food we can get from the ground. Because we have a deeper connection. Our ancestors settled down here eating the ground. And that's why you may give up this everything from the outside world, but deeply you have this entire nerve system grounded to this earth. So that is where you get the disturb. Once the day you are capable to detach from the ground, detach from the earth, you gain that freedom inside you. You gain that your divine power again to yourself. And anymore, the demons cannot play on your head. So that is one thing. Just think about it. Can even just, seeing the beauty of the nature, going to why people traveling place to place, what they find the satisfaction, seeing the places. Oh, this is a beautiful place. Oh, that is a beautiful. So this is a comfortable place. So think about it. You think that I can give up a lot of things, but you can give up a lot of things because you are so connected to the earth, or so you are so connected to the ground. That's why you play all other things. But once you are capable to disconnect from it, you are free from this all. So that is one thing. Another thing is, so that is the earth quality. Hardness. Another one is air. Deeply that. Each and every cell in our body have a deeper connections to air, breathing. Invisibly, this body, inhale, exhale, this entire skin. And you may give up a lot of things in day-to-day life. You are so generous. You are so kind. You think you are free from a lot of things around the world, but deeply each and every cell in your body have a deeper, deeper, deeper connection, attachment to the breathe, the air. So you will do anything while you have that connection. So just imagine in case that for a 1 minute, if you cannot breathe, your body will struggle and you will gain a lot of energy, strength, power to somehow get out of that difficulty. And somehow you want to breathe. You have no idea from where that strength comes. Just hold the nose and mouth for a few minutes and then a few seconds. Don't hold too long. You may die. So you will see the pressure come, start to struggle your body. Your mind go unbalanced. Your mind start to get disturbed. So that is one of the strong disturb that you have. Because once you have this connection, anything you can give up. See, the next one is the air. So wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you appreciate, you will give up and any. But deeply you have connection, attachment to the air. Another one is the water. The water, it's a kind of like it's a liquidity. Water we get as example because the mind always can understand things by pictures. That's why this heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, we use these elements, we use these symbols, we use this image because otherwise the mind cannot grab it. So, third quality that we are deeply attached, the water, invisibly, unconsciously, your body, your mind, depending from this nature. So once you give dana, you give food, you give cloth, you can donate many things. You can donate money or many things. You can give up many things. Maybe the jewelries that you wearing, you take off and you give. Then everybody say, "Oh, you are so generous." Of course, but that doesn't mean you have power to detach, because you are so into deeper this four element. Another one is the heat. Look at this body. We are depending from the sun. From the ancient time, in many yogic tradition, the sun salutation. This earth depending from the sun and moon. And even in the Western world, in Christianity or Catholic tradition, some part of it teach the God is kind of like the sun. The sun is the God. Sun is the creator. So your body deeply connected to that. So you may give up a lot of things in day-to-day life, but invisibly you are so attached to the heat. You cannot see that attachment. So your becoming happen because you have deeper attachment to this four element. Another one is the space. The fifth one. So you have deeper connection and attachment to the space. So once you have this five attachment around you and you cannot see it, you don't know it, because this five attachment, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, and the space, bring the very result of being or the consciousness or the experiencer. So you are the very result of these five elements. So you may give up in the top, in the outside world, that lot of things, but You don't see that deeper attachment, and then what happens? Your becoming happens. That's why in Buddhism, the Buddha's teaching, because practicing generosity never going to take you to Nibbana. It's a part of it. It gives the background, it gives the foundation. So in the Buddha's teaching, before the Buddha even, people used to practice dana or generosity. And it was a kind of, people used to practice it big time. Even in today in the world, people are so generous. But remember still, even though you are so generous, you're never going to get the undisturbed mind. Your mind always going to get disturbed out of many things, especially out of worldly conditions. And then end of the day, sometimes you think, oh, I practice a lot of generosity, I give a lot of dana, but still I have this disturbed mind, disturbed life. Why it happened to me like this? The reason is the deepest connection, the rooted connection that you have to these five elements create this soul. Heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. Only in the Buddha's teaching you can find this connection. Any other religions, any other teachings, any historical book don't show you this connection that you have bring the suffering to you. So that's why in the Vipassana meditation, you deeply go into understand the very becoming of this moment. And then you start to see the nature of these five elements. Once you see that five elements within yourself, this entire body governs out of these five elements. So the elements, it's a kind of like a nameless, formless energy. But as a result of process, because of many connections, it has ability to appear as something. Like this light. See this light, it appears, it has a shadow, and everybody can see it. There is a light. But if you reverse yourself from where this light comes, the wires, electricity, that all this, everything doesn't have this light, but end of this all, when that everything come together, once the necessary conditions are there, the light appear. So same light, out of these five elements, when the necessary conditions are there, that moment of being arise in you. In any moment within your body, if the body detached from the heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, or the space, any longer you cannot exist here. Anymore your becoming not going to happen. So through the Vipassana practice, deeply you can analyze the nature of these five elements, and that analytical understanding will help you to detach from it. Once you have that detachment, your nibbana or your liberation itself going to be there. So fundamentally, even though this self appear, this body is like this, it has a result of 5 elements: heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, and the space or the ether. At the moment, this is like this, but we accept it as something because the mind exists. The self is here. I am here like this, but this is not permanent. So then always remember, when it comes to your detachment, if you want to master your detachment, if you want to practice your generosity, if you want to take your freedom to the next level, if you want to reach to the highest freedom, don't struggle with material world. Don't look into people. Don't go behind this money or don't go behind this conventional things. Deeper and deeper and deeper go into yourself and see the connection that you have related to these 5 elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And slowly analyze it. Once you see it, that seeing itself become the result of the result to detach from it. Otherwise, if you have the connection or if you are glue attached to these 5 elements, it doesn't matter whatever you give up, still your becoming going to happen. There is no way that you can attain to Nibbana. The only way, through the detachment, through the generosity, if you want to attain to the liberation. So through this journey that you have to come to the Vipassana level and understand and detach from 5 elements. And once you have it, you're not going to have a disturbed mind. So you're going to have the ultimate freedom. Anymore, you're not going to become. After you die, you're not going to born again because there is no connection to born or there is no reason to born. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable yourself and relax your body, please. So scan head to toes yourself 3 times and mentally say, may I be well and happy, or Swapatveva. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from any kind of past memories or any future thoughts. Just be with the inhalation, exhalation. Don't interfere with it, involving with it. Just observe and see how inhalation, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. So allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And by the time, see the very behavior of heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness in your body. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, this state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ca amnihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahannotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.